typically isn't sure there is a God or isn't sure that there isn't a God. And so that's a proper definition.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, in his not being sure, or he did allow me to go to church and actually encouraged me to go to church to actually figure out where I wanted to be in life. And the first time I felt any real spirituality or any kind of spiritual touch was in Cleveland, Tennessee. When I was in third grade, I went to a Baptist church there, and we were all standing in the congregation. And for everybody that knows about the Baptist faith, especially back then, they'd call for you to come forward and be saved. And I was sitting there trying to figure things out. I was just a young kid, and I felt somebody touch me on the shoulder, and I figured somebody back there was telling me to go forward. And it was like a tap. I turned, I was a little kid. I was sitting about the fifth pew back, and we were all standing up. They were singing hymns, and I looked. Nobody was there to tap me on the shoulder, so I was like, wow. And then on the other shoulder, I guess somebody was being persistent. And the other shoulder, I felt that tap again, and I just felt, well, I better get up there. Somebody wants me to go. So I went up, and I was saved. And it was kind of I don't even think I've shared that story with my wife, to be honest with you. But it was a memorable event, and it led me into my faith. And as you move forward in life, you kind of are on again, off again. At least I was as a Christian. There was times that I would go to church. There was times that I would be a major sinner, especially in my formative years of, say, 20 to 28. And then as we progress to this point in my life, I honestly feel that this event that happened Thanksgiving is like I told somebody earlier today, it actually was a come to Jesus moment for me.
Really?
I was kind of delinquent on my prayers, but now I find myself praying for various things and saying thank you once in a while. And just
how about that?
Sitting at the desk.
All right.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm definitely here. I'm just soaking in what you're saying, brother. That's amazing. Now, what I want to get into are your passions. The things that drive you. And we're going to take some time on this. There's no hurry at all. Obviously, with all the hubbub that's been going on with the media attention you've been getting and stuff, it's kind of drawn you in some sort of I don't know. It sounds like you've been actually steered somehow. It sounds to me like God's got His hand on your life right now in a way that you never dreamed of. Am I right in that?
Yeah. Well, I feel it.
Yeah, and I'm wondering what's your take on this stuff? How do you see all this stuff going on?
Well, in short, I think that I was presented adversity with my new liberal left friends that wanted to blanket me with the vulgarity that they shot at me and the threats, and I even had a couple of death threats. And it was kind of a test. At one point, they even attacked my only grandchild on Facebook and made some lewd comments. And then I think a power stronger than me definitely give me that media attention that was actually legitimate media attention, and it somewhat insulated me and protected me. So it was kind of a transition. It was almost overnight. And then I'm getting attention from all these people that I watch on TV, and I'm like, why do they think I'm so special? But and as it's moved forward, I've had time to think about where I want to take it, or how I want to utilize it, and the only thing I can come up with is get the message out.
Right.
And of course, a lot of it's in the political spectrum. I've picked up, because of the notoriety, I have picked up some customers, but what it's done is it's just shored up my company a little bit and filled up my guys' time.
Okay.
The guys that I've maintained on board that I could keep on board. But I'm kind of losing my train of thought here. If I meander a little bit,
No, that's right. No, there's no rush. There's no pressure. No worries. No, you're doing great, buddy. I'll tell you what. We're at the bottom of the hour, though, and I'll tell you what. We wanted to give out the phone numbers again. Danny, are you available to give out the phone numbers? Because I don't actually have them up in front of me.
Yeah, sure. United States, 206-456-0742. That's 206-456-0742. And if you're in the UK, you can call in using 0203-603-6256. I shall say that again, 0203-603-6256.
Outstanding. Oh, and what are our emails again?
Oh, emails. Mark at northstar-radio.co.uk. Steve at northstar-radio.co.uk. And if you want to give me a hard time, the email address is studio@northstar-radio.co.uk. And the caller that's just called in on the telephone line, if you give us a few minutes, we will unmute you. It's just that you come into the radio show muted, and we will bring you in as and when. So you don't need to feel the need to hang up or anything. I do know that you're there.
Yeah, all right, you are at Mark Mercer's Loving, Caring, and Sharing. Bill, thanks for taking time out and joining us tonight. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you, and it's an honor, sir.
The honor's all mine, believe me. Okay. All right. Well, before I have tons and tons of questions for you, so we're not anywhere near done. so just hang in there. We do have a caller online. Daniel, you want to bring our caller into the conference, please? Go ahead, caller. You're on live at Mark Mercer's Loving, Caring, and Sharing.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hello.
Hello.
You got me?
Yes, we do. Who we got on the line?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you?
I had a chat with you last night. I'm the lady from New Jersey.
Oh, how you doing, lady from New Jersey?
Right. I am doing very well. I'm the author, Lee Summers from New Jersey, and no, I'm not speechless a lot, but I have to say, you're running a beautiful interview. I have ultimate respect for you, and it's really an amazing and wonderful thing to hear about such a dynamic and spirited individual, such as I call William, but just such humble, basic guy, just changing the world, and it really is inspiring, and it's amazing, because my hero was my father, and he was a Marine. And what I was thinking about listening to the way you're taking on your conversation, and I don't want to spend too much time because I can be lengthy and verbose. Most of us in New Jersey are.
That's all right. Don't worry about it.
Well, what was really interesting to me was that, remember they came out with Band of Brothers, and Tom Brokaw wrote the book about the amazing men of World War II, and Mr. Looman just referred to a football coach who was also a World War II veteran.
Right.
And I heard that expression my whole life. Don't zig when you got to zag. But just when my father was, pulling me by the hair. But I will say that it's amazing that Tom Brokaw and Tom Hanks did all this publicity within the last 10 years about these men who basically ensured our freedom, that we can be the people we are today. And what upsets me is liberal people, because I guess I'm as straight up and narrow as they come. And I don't look like it because I'm a yoga teacher and I'm exercising and none of my socks ever match, and I run around in sneakers all the time. But I'm sure no liberal. And when people come up and talk to me, they certainly get an earful, and they're usually sorry they started speaking to me. But it's amazing that from this quiet generation, the great generation, that I always thought that the next great leaders, I just knew it in my heart, just growing up with my father, were going to stem from the military, the men who were humble, the men who were quiet, the men that go about their lives and take care of their families and do their job and respect their parents and honor their farms and their gardens and their trucks and their workers and their businesses. And it's almost like I can breathe easy, like I can get hit by a truck tomorrow and it's okay. Because I remember all these books about the great generation, and I'm like, well, how come none of those, man, ever took the helm? And even my father, till the day he died, he says, no, you do this, you do that. And we wrote 3 books together. I says, you do it, you do it. He says, no. He says, Lisa, he says, it's you. You're the writer, you're the writer. And I says, no, why? He says, my days are done. He says, it's the next generation, because you and your people, your age, you're going to change the world. And I'm like, we're too busy working our butts off.
Right.
And you hear someone like Bill Looman come on the scene and changes and inspires everyone. I mean, I just got to say he's amazing. You know, everyone knew when his birthday was. People started wishing him happy birthday like 17 days ago. And I just want to say thank you for letting me chat, and I won't take up any more of your time.